following game session contains scenes of intense horror, graphic violence, adult themes, and other content that may not be suitable for all audiences. Probably a lot of audiences. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. Ladies and gentlemen of the internet, we are live on Myth Brigade. This game has been, 6 months or something in the making?
At least.
I mean, it was a whole different year.
Yeah, it was. It was years ago, feels like. But we're here. So let's say hi to everybody, please. Let's start with Tara.
Hi. Hi, everybody.
What are you up to?
Happy New Year.
Yeah, right? Exactly. This is my first... No, it's not. I'm lying. This isn't the first game I've run this year. It's my first favorite game that I've run. What have you been up to since we saw you last?
Family stuff, holidays, recovering. Dealing with trying to get my dog to go outside when it's negative 15 below zero with the wind chill.
It's like 78 degrees here right now.
Shut up. Hey, it's like 13 degrees in Texas.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Well...
Sorry, Texas. Sorry.
They say it gets really cold when you're dead, you know? Mike, how are you?
I'm not dead, so there's that.
Yeah, that's good. This is good.
Yeah. Doing well. Beginning of the new year. I got a 9-year-old now. It's not like a different one, like it's the same kid I had before.
You went and found a 9-year-old.
Scooped it up. Yeah, they're not very fast at that age, so so just
ran it.
Maybe used a trap.
Yes,
yeah,
that's right. Just lollipops and slime, man. You could be amazed. Yeah. So that's it, man. Just being a dad at the beginning of the new year.
That is awesome. I'm proud of you, man. You made it this far. So my youngest is now 19 and the hell out of the house, which is cool. She comes to do her laundry, so that's good.
Nice.
Jordan, how are you?
I'm hanging out.
Just chilling.
I'm still living off of the high of our Fallout game,
It was a great game. That was so well done.
Would recommend you watching the replay if you haven't seen it.
So much fun. It's been a good week for games, actually. We've had a lot of wrongness. We did a Vile Dawn, and my players who never cease to challenge my sensibilities did some crazy things. Shout out to Byron for having the worst evil hero ever. I'm glad you're here. You ready to do some horror stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what's different from last time?
That would be Steve.
There's this guy wearing this black shirt. Who's that?
So, I want to shout out to Dan. So, Dan had to bow out of our story. He had some things come up, and he is traveling abroad. And time zones don't match, and other factors. But he's going to join a subsequent 1 to 3 shot. So Steve's happily jumped in. You'll remember Steve as Roland. Was it Roland? Wasn't it? From Cult? What was his name? What the hell was his name? Shit. What was it?
Randall.
Raymond.
Royce?
Raymond? Randall.
Randall
That's right.
sounds right.
Randall Nicholson.
Ronaldo?
That's right.
Yeah. Put some respect on it. It's fine.
So Steve helped
Randall.
us go to a very dark and terrible place, which I'm hoping he'll do
Our
again.
favorite kinds.
So tell me, man, what have you been up to? You've also done Bjorn in the Pendragon campaign.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What else? What have you been up to?
Working. Yeah, as we all are. Trying to ignore every news source. It's fine.
I only pay attention to the news sources that tell me that aliens are real. That's literally my diet of news.
That's my favorite.
Cool. All right. So you guys ready to do this Savage Worlds? It's actually Savage Tales of Horror, and we're doing this as a pre-gen, so I can't take credit for this story. So if you hate it, I didn't write it.
Nice.
You guys ready?
Ask a favor to be patient with me, since I did not have the luxury of the intro class. prior to doing this. So
it's incredibly easy. Just make sure you can open your character sheet in Roll20, and then we'll take it from there.
Character sheet, okay.
Yep.
Did you watch the episode, Steve?
I skimmed it.
Did you watch the last like 5 minutes? Because that's like the that's the holy shit
The
moment.
key right there, yeah.
No, I didn't. I got to that point and I was like, it's
That's the only
time.
part you needed.
No. Nothing else in the entire episode matters except for that last.
That's very
I
true.
will have you know, I have my notes here. It says I like Sweetest House Mafia or some shit. And
You do?
Yeah.
I do. Yeah. And what's Quill? And I'm taking poop samples out of something.
Quill is the street name for NyQuil, which is what you gave me. I'm apparently quillin right now, which is rolling on NyQuil.
She be quilling.
Like a villain.
Yeah. I'm quilled out. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't tell if it's day or night.
Oh, that's bad. Very well done. Let me bring us in.
Episode title: Day or Night.
Yes.
Day or night.
Let me bring us in. Gasoline.
No.
Gasoline and melting rubber. The sickening smell of human flesh cooked crisp by flame. It clings to your hair and your skin and your clothes. Sam Bricato's charred remains are still visible inside the burning wreckage of your vehicle, now a safe distance away. The smear that was Lindsay still glistens in the angry orange light of the fire. You're hurt. You're overwhelmed. And you're nowhere. The darkness along the desert highway is absolute. The only thing that is more profound to you is the pain that you're in from your injuries. Taylor, when last we saw you, you were sort of laid out at the side of the road there in the weeds and whatnot, and of course your cheek has just been torn open. If you open your mouth wide enough, you can see your teeth because of the cut. Alex, you'll remember looking over Taylor and making sure that her injuries were generally superficial. Seems that she's going to survive, but she does need medical attention, for sure. Dylan, you watched, of course, as this car exploded. You saw the corpse of Lindsay there smeared across the road, kind of torn in half as she lolled out the window during the crash. Tears still streaming in your eyes. You've literally, I think you were just thrown, weren't you, from the explosion, Dylan?
No, I crawled out, but I was I was already out, but I was retching and I don't remember. I think I just
I think you did the as you were moving away from the wreck, right? They exploded and you were like through the air.
Maybe she's
Something.
the greatest of these.
Yeah, exactly. Like greatest American hero. Billy, you have a secret that you haven't shared with your friends. And you just wonder if the pain that you feel in your stomach is paranoia or the reality of a lost child. You're there. Your dead friends behind you.
Billy, it could also be that Taco Bell we got on the way. Like, you don't know because we did stop for Taco Bell.
That is true.
So tell me, Taylor. That's fucked up. Tell me, what is Taylor thinking right now? Let's here we are in the middle of the desert. I will remind you of a couple things. The sky's very strange. It seems to the clouds move faster than they should. And not just there's no wind and there's no weather that would provoke it to do that.
Am I still very high?
I would assume that, a good bit, to the point where you can't feel the pain, but you're lucid enough. The adrenaline is just kind of cut through the buzz so that you can kind of see what's going on.
Okay. I have a lot of experience being high, so I'm going to tell you about what would probably happen right now, okay? Which is, I think I'm talking to myself, but I'm actually saying out loud, Dylan is going to be super pissed we're going to miss Savage Force at the Hot Cheese Lettuce Fest. Because no way we're going to make it in time.
Yeah. So you guys are all kind of over her, looking down, and this is what she's on about. Obviously, she's out of it a little bit.
And my cheek is going like this. Ah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it just sounds like a weird like stingray flapping on a deck as you're trying to speak.
Wow. Yeah, that's delicious. If anybody wants to ASMR that, I'll give you guys a $5. That would be amazing. Just like that. Tara, you probably find that in your work. Just like sneak in with a microphone up next to. So what are we? So what are we doing? So we are here. There's this wreckage behind us. We know for hours and hours behind you there is literally nothing, and you need help. Your cell phones, for whatever reason, various reasons, are gone. Let's go with Billy, the ever inquisitive journalist.
Yeah. Billy is obviously freaking out. Not really one to have seen this kind of gore and stuff. I'm a journalist and I've seen some stuff, but I'm still young. And so, all of this is really shocking. And after a few moments, she thinks, traffic, right. Have I seen any traffic? And she sort of looks around for high spot, a rock, a hill, anything within the surrounding 20 meters that maybe I can use to get a shot at the distance for some headlights.
Right on. Give me a notice check.
You got it.
No penalties or anything. We'll just let it stand. Get rid of the chat tips in the view too. Nice. So Steve, just to introduce you to the dice here. When you roll, you've got a little button on your character sheet, but you have 2 dice that roll automatically for you. One of them is a wild die, which is a D6. And it can ace, which means it explodes. So if you roll a 6, it rolls itself over again and over again. And acing gives you bonuses. So that's that quick little bit there. So absolutely. So you look, and you do kind of looking off in the desert. Although it gives a little bit of a knot in your stomach as you look out into these cactus and the scrub and all of that, not knowing what might be waiting for you out there. There is a rock that's pretty high, actually. You could kind of traverse it. It's dark, so it may be a tough climb. You don't know until you get there.
Okay. I turn to the group. I say, you guys watch Taylor. I'm going to climb up there and see if I notice any lights around us. And then head off in that direction.
Okay. Everybody, you watch as Billy kind of turns, her form kind of becoming a little bit more of just a silhouette against the horizon there. Does anybody go with her? You let her go on her own.
I'm not going anywhere, clearly.
I'll go with her.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll stay with Taylor.
Okay. So Dylan, I think Billy, as you're walking off, you kind of hear footsteps kind of catching up as Dylan does the right thing, right, and kind of sneaks up, or not sneaks up, kind of runs up next to you, catching up and moving off.
Billy leans over and thank you. I didn't want to go alone.
Absolutely.
So, tell me about how you're moving along. Obviously, there are hazards in the desert, many of them. Hopefully, most of them are sleeping. It is a little chilly right now, right? Because it's dark. But there could be spiders and snakes and all kinds of things.
Yeah, I think Billy's aware of that, of the potential dangers, right? Like she's been to the desert before. It's dark. I don't have the luxury of a cell phone. The stars are giving me some light, and there's a weird orange glow coming from the explosion behind us, but it's hard to see. And so I think Billy would be taking delicate steps and sort of sweeping her feet in a brushing motion, but she's not going as carefully as she could be. For her, getting up on the rock and noticing any lights in the general vicinity is more important.
Yeah. Okay. Dylan, what about you? So obviously,
I'm the athlete in the group, so I'm gonna try and get out in front of Billy just a little bit, just enough that I'm clearing the brush for her and taking some of that hit.
Absolutely. Okay.
Running into stuff and risking tripping over things and that kind of stuff. I'm
love
not
it.
exactly a gentleman, but I'm not a dick either. So
What you are is a wrestler. And
Oh,
so when you
totally.
say you're clearing stuff out of the way, I mean, that might mean something, right? You're probably wider than you are tall. You're just this, mongrel of a human. World champion, I might add. So yeah, you guys are kind of walking off in the distance. So the camera kind of snaps back to Alex. Alex, you last episode, I'm going to assume you kind of patched Taylor up enough. The gash is it not hurt the whole side of her face flapping off, right? But so much as there's a very deep gash, and when she opens her mouth, you can see in. She needs stitches. What are you doing there? And Taylor, what are you doing as well?
I'm trying to see if there's any major damage done prior to. I mean, is Taylor standing or still laying down?
I kind of pictured myself still leaning or propped up against some local rock that I found. I'm not on my feet at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's blood everywhere. I mean, she, whatever. I don't know what. Tell me about what are you wearing, Taylor? What you got on?
Ooh, okay. I've got some sort of. Well, I probably was at some point wearing some sort of like cute hipster hat situation, but that probably flew off in the crash. So I don't have my hat, and my hair is probably a mess. But my hair is definitely blue, as you see on screen. That's 100% what would be happening. Jinkos are coming back in style, so I have a pair of just baggy Jinkos that are happening right now. And I've got a tank top on that's got the logo of one of the EDM bands that we're going to see.
Nice. Steve, what's the EDM? What's the EDM band named? Just out of curiosity.
This one?
The one, on this shirt. What's the shirt say?
What's the one on my shirt?
I need your help.
Oh. Tyrannosaurus Rex, but like WREX.
Oh, nice. Very cool. And I think the guy on stage wears like a giant, awkwardly large Tyrannosaurus head that bobbles around as he spins.
Like those horse heads, but it's a T-Rex head.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like Guar, but educational.
Yeah. So you're there.
Dead mouth.
The the light of the car, right? The fire is huge here still. And it lights up the general area, but because it's kind of bright there, it makes the darkness all the more profound. And so you're kind of looking out, and there's this moment where you're watching kind of out in the scrub, looking around, just like waiting for your friends to figure some shit out, or maybe looking for your phone. And you see movement.
Well, I'm going to pick up on that immediately because I'm super alert and nervous. You know about that, so I glance over and what button do I hit for that?
Glance over. Let's just make a notice check. So if you go down your character sheet on the left-hand side, should be in notice. Dig cheese. Richard Cheese. Yeah. So there you go. So other thing is success is a 4. No matter what you roll, you're targeting unless you're fighting someone, then you're rolling against them. But you're trying to get a 4. Very simple system. So you look, and between these kind of this sort of scrub plants, you see eyes looking back at you. They're unblinking, very small, like animal eyes. Maybe something smells the blood, you think to yourself. What do you do?
I stand up abruptly and I pat Taylor on the leg and I go, are you seeing that?
Taylor, you look over, and I mean, obviously, anytime you stand up in the sudden motion causes whatever this is to move, and you see the scrub plants move as well. And yeah, you absolutely do. You don't catch the eyes, but you see there's a form there. Give me a notice check, Taylor, as you're there as well.
Okay.
Ooh. So you don't see much because it's just the plants, but you hear this kind of low almost like a gurgling growl, just kind of.
Oh, it's Sam.
Common knowledge will tell you, and I won't make you roll for this, but yeah, it's probably a mountain lion or something like that. Some kind of wild kitty that might have smelled the blood. You may be in danger. You may be in dangerous. You may be in danger. Sorry. Y'all may be in dangerous now.
There's only a couple of us now, so we're in dangerous.
Yeah. So what do you, exactly? That's when the dangerous comes. What do you do?
Plural.
I'm going to turn to Alex and I'm going to be like, am I still rolling? Or is there something in the distance there?
I pointed at it, so no, you're probably not rolling. And I grabbed the back of Taylor's outfit and walk her back towards the fire.
Okay. So
assuming it's still there, so we have flame, but
yep.
I'm gonna
it's there.
probably
It's there.
trip as I'm standing up because I'm still just messed up from being high and on the crash. So like I get up, but I'm like stumbling all over my feet on the way up.
So you're going to make a vigor check.
This didn't go well for me last time I did one
I
of
know.
these.
It's true.
That's why you're doing it now.
Ooh, now let's introduce Steve to bennies. So, well, actually, on the wild die, you got a 4. All of you have 3 bennies. Mike will remind you of how these works from time to time. If you do good things, if you role play hard, you'll get an extra benny. You can use bennies to do different things. You can re-roll things. You can soak damage. I don't know, you get a discount on like shipping from Amazon, all kinds of things with bennies. Anyway, so if you get a questionable roll, you can say, I'd like to spend a benny. When you run out, you run out. So do role play hard and you'll get extra ones. So the wild die gets you a 4. So you stand and despite your injury, something about the gravity of the situation, you really kind of pull it together. You're not just completely okay. You're hurting, but you won't operate with a penalty during this encounter. What do you do? So you stand on your feet. You go kind of moving over toward the flames.
Yeah, so I'm now following the dragging motion that Alex is doing of just like pulling me backwards, and I'm probably going to, knock her hand off and start following of my own volition once my vigor check kicks in. And I'm like, oh, let's go.
All right. So I'm going to roll a 1d6. And this is going to represent the intimidation factor of the situation toward this creature. And okay, so you move back, and you can't move too close to the fire because there's the gas and all this other stuff. It could kind of belch and explode somewhere. You don't know. So you're in the light, and very smart, but this thing actually kind of charges out. It's clearly very interested in you, or maybe it's protecting something. You're not sure. So it comes bursting through these scrub bushes. Why can I not pronounce that? Fur bristling, standing up along its spine. Yeah, the cat's going to make a vigor check. It's going to make a loquaciousness check. And it actually kind of bares its teeth. It is a huge cat. And it's black. Either one of you can make a common knowledge check if you'd like.
I have medical knowledge.
Yeah, well,
It's
if you want to
alive.
give a roll, I'll tell you how big its butthole is. How about that if you're successful?
Yeah,
I
look
don't
up the number. Good news.
I don't know what that is.
It's like this big. It's a big kitty. It's like my dog. Yeah. Okay. So big crazy black cat. Camera. Walking through the desert. The music changes if you think about it that way. Like da 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 da. You arrive at the base of this kind of rock formation. Let's have some athletics. Let's see how you do. Who's going first?
I did.
Okay.
And as I started to climb, I realized my shoulder is actually hurting a lot more than I thought it did. And as soon as I started pulling pressure on it, like it just gave loose and I slipped back down the rock.
Oh, wow. Okay. You'll let that stand then. I love how Mike is a Benny saver. He's like, yeah, well done. Okay.
Thanks.
So you slip down. This catches your attention, Dylan. What do you do?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So we got to the rock. You see
Yep.
me try to climb up, and as I climb up, I sort of wince in pain and slide back down.
Okay. I forgot our pairings for a second. So, I offer to help you up. I mean, so I'm gonna do one of these with my hands and let you step up and help you in whatever way I can to get you up on that rock.
Yeah, because I certainly can't do it to you. So yeah, that works.
Yeah, it's true. That'd be like lifting up grape ape. Okay, so
Do another athletics check.
Yep, but you're gonna get a +2.
Sweet.
And it should probably be +4 with Dylan, but we'll just do +2.
Okay.
Yeah,
Perfect.
there you
Yeah,
go.
so this time I'm careful not to pull too much on my right arm. I use my left arm to sort of pull myself up, and I let Dylan lift me.
Absolutely. So you move up. You kind of it's going to take you a little bit of time, obviously, to get to a point where you can see any distance. And Dylan, are you going to follow up behind?
No, I'm gonna stay down here and kind of keep an eye out.
Okay.
Be
Nice.
How
ready.
big is the rock? Did you say?
It's probably all told about 25 feet worth of conglomerate rocks. So it's not just the one. It's a bunch of, kind of an outcropping, right? Like a formation. So I'm going to, with that athletics check, because you aced, so you're going to go all the way up as high as you'd like to go.
I'm gonna be down here in case she slips or for when she needs to be lowered back down.
So there's this moment where the camera is over Dylan's shoulder. And I have to think that probably there's this moment where he's like, I gotta pee, right? And something's watching him. You don't know what it is. It's that weird over the shoulder, I'm watching you, camera.
Couple leaves in the frame to demonstrate that it's
Yeah, exactly that. Jordan, what does the graffiti on the rock say when Billy gets to the top? What does she notice?
Clearly says poop dollar.
Poop Dala.
Dollar.
That's correct.
Poop.
That is the tag name famous in our area. It's all over the streets on billboards. Poop dollar.
Yeah. So
And
Billy reads it out loud. Like when she sees it, she goes, poop dollar. Just rolls her eyes.
Yeah, and I think next,
Dala.
as the camera pans past it, what we miss is this weird, kind of crooked pentagram as we pan past it. All right, Billy, so you're up at the top. You see the horizon. It's just completely dark out here. The sky is huge. And were it not for these really weird, fast-moving clouds, you might be able to see probably all of space. What are you trying to figure out up here?
Yep. So from up here, Billy takes a moment just to kind of, all right, let's not look down. Sort of scans the horizon, looking for any sort of man-made light. Like obviously I can see the glow of the bonfire we just created over there. But I'm looking for headlights maybe on a car or perhaps barn lights off in the distance. Just anything that may say there's people here.
Nice. I'm not going to make you roll for notice because you spend a bit of time up here. You almost you can hear the sort of the waning urination, the last little off in the bushes. Yeah, it's just less. You're not sure, but there's this tiny fucking speck of red light in the direction you were going. At first you think it's taillights, and you're like, no, they're going away, but they couldn't be. It's not moving. It's stationary, whatever it is. It's only one. And at this distance, it looks just like one little kind of pinprick of light.
Is it alongside the road or is it into the... Yeah, okay.
Well, it's at ground level, I'll say. You're not sure because the road kind of goes off into the darkness. It could turn or whatever, right? So,
Sure.
yeah.
Okay, but it's in... Okay. Yeah, I call down to Dylan, though I don't immediately see him. I assume maybe he's walked around the rock somewhere.
Okay.
I think I see a light down that way. Some distance, I don't know, a kilometer, 2 kilometers, maybe, whatever. But I can't be sure. And I take one last look around. Other than that, I think we're alone out here.
Yeah. You see, so there's some flattened out beer cans. Modern enough beer, at least, that it was recent. You notice like just kind of like on point, there's like a roach, not like a critter, but like, like that kind of roach. It's like, obviously this is a spot where people come to hang out, have fun, make out, whatever. But yeah, there's just that one light.
Yep. So I start to climb down, and I call down for.
Under.
Yep. Perfect. I grab your hands, and I sort of jump down, and dusting myself off, and go, well, I think that's the direction we need to go in, and then turn around to go walk back towards the group.
Yeah.
I take lead again.
So you guys start heading back. So we time has elapsed, right, in the distance here. We snap back, and about the time that you'd be coming down, I think is probably around the time that this would be happening. So we snap back to this cat, this fucking huge, bristling, black, leopard-looking thing. Because Black Panther's only a leopard. It's just, you can't tell its spots. My mother used to lecture me about that when I was a kid. He used to say, Black Panther. And she's like, nah, dude, it's a leopard. Leopard. What do? Taylor, do you see this thing emerge from the bushes and just kind of bares its teeth?
I think I'm letting out a shrill OMG.
Do you say OMG or do you say, oh my God?
I say OMG because I speak in gamer lingo.
Oh,
so
amazing. Oh,
I say
amazing.
abbreviations out loud.
Okay. Awesome. OMG. So
Exactly.
As you're about to catch, by the way, off in the distance, as you're about to catch Billy, the two of you hear. Alex, what do you do? Muted.
That's me.
Lol.
Like, what does Alex do? Alex puts her hand out and grabs the back of Taylor's shirt again, and she pretends that she's helping hold her up, but she's more putting her in between her and the cat. Sort of like not like intentionally, but like, we got to get the fuck out of here. We have to go, but like sort of like
like
not making it obvious.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not malicious. It's just self-preserving, because between the two of us, I am going to med school. So
Taylor, you're being jerked around, right? You're in pain. You're wobbly on your feet. This thing is moving closer. What do you do?
Over here in the book.
I think I'm going to. So Alex has her hands on my collar or something like that.
I would assume like the back of your tank top is just kind of pulling you backwards.
I think I'm going to give a high pitch, "Let go of me, bitch!" and just like smack her. And I'm going to try to like put some space between me, Alex, and the cat a little bit, because now I'm a little nervous.
Yeah.
I thought she was saving me. Now I think she's trying to make me cat food.
So there's no damage involved, but let's have a fighting roll. And Alex, what's your parry? Out of curiosity, it's like kind of like
That's a great question.
middle. It's middle of your character sheet, middle top, kind of beneath
5.
it. Okay, 5. Got it. So your target's 5. Okay, so you guys are tussling at this point, right? You're kind of like trying to swat her off of you. She's hanging on and trying to control you. It's just getting kind of to be a weird situation. I think back on the other side, you hear the shriek. Quickly, how do you react to that? You hear this like, OMG! What do you do? Run that way?
Yeah, I guess it's a shame that I'm not up there to see like what the hell is going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I sort of elbow into Dylan and like, I think they need us.
All right, both of you. You're running across difficult terrain. Let's have some athletics checks.
Well, I mean, I'm
Go ahead.
I'm not I mean, I was. Are you gonna elbow past me? I'll pick up my pace, but I'm probably not gonna run because I'm not crazy.
Yeah, I mean, like I hear them scream, and I sort of like, hey, we should go, and then
Yeah.
I jog. I mean, like it is still dark, and so like I know the terrain is mountainous, so I'm not running or sprinting at least, but I am going much faster than I was on my way out. So
Okay.
if you need athletics, I can do that.
Yep. Athletics, we'll just see the difficult terrain. So with difficult terrain, that's going to be not great. So you're going to be at -2.
No.
Do you want to spend a Benny? You want to see what's about to happen to you?
Yeah.
Same with
I'm
Dylan.
not feeling that ambitious. I'm gonna. Bloop. Oh, won't let me spend a penny.
When you spend a Benny, I think we need to call it going on a bender.
Yeah, I do need to go on a bender. When I go to drag it, it gives me a warning. This deck doesn't seem to
It's
have any
okay.
cards.
It's all right. So you
Okay.
just
So, yeah,
remember you've
I'll
got
spend the
2.
Benny.
We'll sort that out next time. Dylan, you as well. So you going to spend a Benny or are you going to let it stand?
What did I need to get?
So it would be 4 at -2. So you're at 2 right now. So it's going to be a failure as you're moving across rough terrain in a hurry. May not be the worst failure.
I don't like this at all. Yeah, I'll spend a Benny.
Okay.
Where the hell is that again?
Don't worry. It seems like something's broken there. So just remember you now have 2. So go ahead and hit the reroll button. There you go. So Dylan, you're moving along, and there's like you literally come super close to being intimately familiar with a cactus, and you kind of spin out of the way and avoid it. Not so much as you hear Billy, still at -2, which is a 3, looking for 4, twists her ankle as horror movie people will, and just kind of eats it, just like poof, in the dirt. No injury. Just huge frustration and obviously slows things down so the camera can follow you and all that good stuff.
Yeah. I let out a frustrated whine on the way down.
Yeah. So you guys,
Okay.
go ahead, Tara.
I stopped to help her up and make sure she's okay. And
Yeah, I'm okay. I sort of dust myself off. I'm all right.
all right, let me take back off.
So you come back to the camera comes back to the scene at the car with the cat. It's now circling you guys. So you're kind of like, ah. You look up and realize that it's moved into the firelight. It doesn't seem to be coming super close to you. It's almost more like it's kind of hurting you in a way, right? What do you guys do?
I have a jacket or something in my backpack
Okay.
cushion. I'm
Sure.
gonna take it out and light it and throw it at the cat.
Okay. So as you guys come running into the scene, you kind of just like you soak this in, and there's this cat there. You're gonna, I'm gonna assume free action, right? You just kind of light your what kind of jacket is it? Is it a really nice one?
No, it's just some hoodie. It's
Oh,
probably
it's just
my
some
college
shitty hoodie. Okay, fine.
My college. It's got my logo on it. and all
Oh
that.
yes,
My
yes,
team
exactly.
hoodie.
Yes.
It's got my name on the back and my,
Yeah. Flares up and starts dropping some plastic. Give me an intimidation roll. And for the fire, you're going to get a +2. So whatever your roll, +2. Damn. So this does it. You first of all, you're just like, and it goes up a lot faster than you expected it to, Dylan. You're just like, oh shit, and you're swinging it. But since it's part plastic and nylon and whatever the fuck, you're like slinging little like globs of burn.
I probably never washed it.
Yeah.
Like after I got it.
And I think you're
All that
swinging it.
sizing on it.
All of the rest of you at least get a little peppering of this like, burning nylon. No injuries again. Just like, oh shit. And this thing scampers off, just like tearing off into the darkness. You're all together there by the fire, smelling your cooking friend, which by the way, at this point, he's still kind of there with his half cut open head, just kind of burning like the pork butt that I made earlier today.
So
That was
I'm sort of
totally unnecessary.
I mean, it was
Not
good.
putting the X card right there.
He's just right there.
I'm sort of last on the scene. Dylan had taken off a little bit ahead of me, and I'm coming up as there's a jacket whirling around, and I see this big black shadow sort of like into the woods or the darkness.
Yeah.
What the hell was that?
It was a panther, and I do say panther because I'm not that smart.
My mom was the only one that's that smart. She might have been wrong too, for all I know. To be honest, let's have common knowledge, shall we?
TikTok last week. It's okay.
Let's have common knowledge for the two of you that just came in to this scene. Yep. Oh wow.
I don't have any common knowledge.
Dude, no, but okay. So tell me, so Billy, she's going to trump your role. Both of you aced. You know this, but Dylan, tell me.
It's because I spend all my time on TikTok. That's how.
That's it. So you literally just saw this today. So tell him what it's about.
It's not actually a panther. It's like, hold on. I know this. I just saw this. Hold on. It's like it's a leopard, but it got that melanoma stuff in its fur, so it's black.
I'm gonna turn to Alex, even though I'm
Alex.
mad at her, and be like, "Oh my God, zoo TikTok is the best."
And the thing that
Alex holds her hand up like melanoma is.
the thing I love this. The thing that Billy knows is that this thing. I mean, it shouldn't be here. A mountain lion or something like that. You're not gonna find that cat in particular here.
Right. And I sort of say as such, like, I mean, I know what it was. Why is it here? Have you ever seen a panther, leopard here in the desert?
With melanoma?
With melanoma? I think that cancer.
Maybe it was like a wish. Maybe they had a wish.
It doesn't have any sunscreen.
Maybe the panther made a wish. I don't.
Maybe it escaped from a zoo or something.
Billy, like, theatrically looks around. A zoo. Here.
They can run for miles, right?
At that, she's like, yeah, I mean, okay,
Probably right.
Probably.
It was from the zoo. I don't know.
I come to Dylan's aid, and I'm just like, "Leave her alone, Billy. Are you fucking MapQuest or something? There could be a zoo up ahead. We don't know."
Yeah, but what you're trying to say is that, and what we hear is,
No, it's stitched, so there's only a little bit of that.
But showing my mild frustration with Taylor now, I look at Billy and I go, "Oh my God, did you hurt your ankle?"
I sort of like hold it out a little bit and roll it gently. Like, I think it'll be fine.
Okay, all right. Just you let me know if it hurts more. Okay, that's a sprain. It's just ligament damage. You shouldn't have anything long. But like if there's bruising, swelling, just let me know. Okay.
I don't deserve you, Alex.
Oh my goodness.
So, are you going to tell him what you saw, Billy?
Oh, right. Yeah, the cat. I totally. Light.
You saw something bigger than a leopard?
No, actually, small. Very small. There's nothing here. Not a cell phone tower or an old man's cabin or a barn lantern. We're all alone, except for one red light. And then she points sort of down the road that way. Couple of kilometers, I guess I'd say mile, about a mile or so.
What the fuck's a kilometer?
Yeah.
Taylor, under her breath, goes, "I told you there was a zoo."
We should probably get moving before our friend comes back.
No, Sam's dead.
Yeah.
Oh God. Too soon.
No, I can see.
I
the
almost
inside.
made that same joke about Lindsay, so I'm really glad that you did that, Steve.
This is how I'm coping. I'm attempting humor. This is a standard stress response, possibly shock. We should get fucking moving.
Dylan
That way towards
responds
the
by
red light.
retching again.
Oh, nice. So I think there's this moment,
Oh, there's
Dylan, where
protein powder everywhere.
yeah, like you vomit, but it's just like powder. No, you look over your shoulder and yeah, you see what you see, and yeah, it's bad. So I have to assume that you leave the scene. Is that a fair assumption?
I think that's fair.
Slowly.
Yeah, just kind of like,
I think we're arguing all the way down the road, like just back
Yeah.
and forth at each other about like probably what happened in the car and like how we got here and how, Alex is the worst or something. I don't know. Like we're just going back and forth with each other.
Taylor keeps going. There's a fucking zoo over there. I know it.
Yeah. I'm still rolling, so I'm convinced it's a zoo.
We're gonna find a collection of 3 squirrels. Be like, there it is. That's the zoo.
We just say it was a good one.
I'm just trying to stop dry heaving so that I can walk.
Dry heaving is a powder one. That's good.
So for the one thing you can agree on is just how dark it is out here once you're away.
How
from,
dark is it?
It's so dark. It's like
Dark
pitch.
enough to hide
It's
a
pitch
Pumbaa,
black.
then.
I mean, it's good
Is it
enough.
as dark
as
as our souls?
Yeah, no, nothing's
Dark
quite
as
that
Jason's shirt.
dark. Yeah, it is. It's dark.
Nothing is as dark as Jason's shirt.
I'm not wearing a shirt. This is my chest. I'm just
It
wearing
is
it.
his soul.
It's a tattoo.
That might be melanoma. I don't know. That might be a thing. I'm not sure how this works.
I just saw that on TikTok actually.
Yeah, nice.
Full circle.
So as you move on, right? We trade lights where the flames, which will be burning for probably quite some time, or have died down, and they are now just kind of an orange little memento. There's a desperation there, something left undone. Where are the cops? We need an ambulance. All these things, and God, you're such a bitch, and all this conversation going on as you would imagine.
In the background.
The vomiting.
You're just constantly spewing, just like.
Jason, what's the temperature?
Someone tell me what the temperature in the desert is, Las Vegas desert.
At night,
Cold. Night is cold, right?
Yeah, it's
Slightly
cold, like
nipply.
40s. Yeah, 40s.
slightly nipply.
Let's say
I'm also
43.
going like this then. I'm chattering, my teeth are chattering, and I'm like biting my gum on accident, like as I'm arguing. So I'm miserable.
And I think Dylan's
I'd
just
offer
like.
you my hoodie, but I just used it to save us all.
Yeah.
I love that you please tell me you say that out loud, please.
No.
No. But you're thinking,
Not
you're just like,
clever
I
enough.
mean, I just. So, the red light on the horizon. There's hope there, because the closer you get to it, the larger it gets. And it's not one light, it's a few lights. And you're thinking gas station or radio tower or whatever. What you see, though.
Motorcycle gang.
Yeah, it's a motorcycle gang. They're just hanging out, their taillights all facing backwards.
Yeah. Yeah, they're looking for, looking for their pet puma. They're like,
Yeah, like, where the fuck is my puma? It is now the hills have eyes. The sign reads hotel vacancy. And the word vacancy struggles to stay lit.
Classic.
Yeah.
But what does it say when it like blinks out? Does it say anything cool, or is it like can?
Murder.
See.
Yeah, it somehow goes from vacancy to murder. I don't know, man. No, it goes from vacancy to not vacancy. Just black. Hotel.
Ban.
You can't see the form of the building just yet because the words are very small. What do you do? when
See,
you
it's a zoo for humans. I was close.
Are you done?
What are you guys thinking about this? So you see, it's like, holy shit, there's a hotel. Oh my God.
Yeah, I would start to run up to the door to.
Right.
We need to call for help.
Phone. Yeah. Is there a payphone or
There's a phone
outside? I
at
mean,
the
that's
desk,
what I'm
for
looking for
sure.
on the way.
Do they take Apple Pay?
So we don't have a phone.
Of course they do.
I know my number.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So let's please have common knowledge. I'm going to take the first two that come through as the opportunities to get this fact.
You keep saying this word. I don't know what that word is.
There's a button in your skills. It's common knowledge. Boom. First one came through. All right, so we got Tara. Man, Tara, like, seriously, Dylan, for being like just this dumb jock is like
no,
the
no,
most.
I didn't. That was my.
Oh, that
last
was your old
That
one?
was not
Okay,
this
okay,
one.
okay. So
I
we'll
wish
take
it
Taylor
were.
and Billy. Ooh, hey, let's talk about Okay. Let's talk about how we're going to handle critical failures. So double ones is critical
Oh,
failure.
shit.
So somehow, tell me how Taylor knows about this building, please.
Like I'm familiar with this exact building or like this chain of buildings?
Yeah, no, this
or-
exact one. Like, oh shit, yeah, that's right.
So one point I wasn't able to get in contact with my normal dealer, which is Charlie, as a reminder. So I had to use Charlie's associate that I know works out of this hotel.
Well, okay. So the thing about this hotel, maybe you've heard that he works out of this hotel.
Maybe I did. Yeah. It's just like, oh, I'm pretty sure that dude works here.
So you can almost picture this from having been on the webpage to try to figure it out because it's a long, long haul to get some drugs, Taylor.
When you're desperate, though, for drugs, you'll do things.
Yeah, so it's like this
I
1920s
Googled it.
kind of Art Deco vibe. It's got this mansard roof, right? One of those kind of sloping, kind of Stephen King looking roofs, as we would have to have for this story. The problem with this is that it was just all but destroyed by a fire in the 1930s. After which, as you're approaching it, because in your head you were thinking, oh yeah, like I go here, it's like desolate, just sneak in like Jesse from Breaking Bad or something. But it seems to be functional. There's a light on in the window, the front door. But yeah, there was a nasty fire apparently back in the 30s. I don't know if you share this, but no one else picked up on it.
I don't think I'm telling them about my backup drug location that I wanted. So it clicks for me kind of in the back amongst the fuzz and the high hallucinations I'm having here.
So your critical
don't think
failure, Mike. So there's this rating in this specific story called Chaos, and you just earned your first point. I won't tell you why. So as Billy's walking along, you're thinking this hotel, and you just want in the worst way to just lay down. And there's this moment where you feel your gut just cramp and turn over like just this intense, almost like you had a TENS unit attached to you, just cramping the muscles. And you hear, as clear as day, "Mama, please, Mama." And this kind of baby cry sound as you're walking along. I'm going to need a spirit roll. Okay. How do you hold this together?
Honestly, I think this would have been a lot better if I'd have broken down. I
Just like, whatever, bitch.
no. I mean, like I'm thinking about
I'll
like
get you some milk
all
in a minute.
the stuff that I'm like. So we're hearing this, right? And I sort of like put my hands over like my own stomach and just sort of like try to build that maternal resolve as a newly forming mother.
Notice check. Other three of you. Let's see if you figure this out. If you are tipped off, just out of curiosity as you approach.
Would mine be medical?
Jesus Christ, I have a negative
You
2.
can. You pick. Damn. Alex, do you have a sonogram or something? Jesus, with the wild die, I got you a 13.
Holy shit.
So I think,
Other
Yo,
than-
dog, she's a doctor.
yeah.
You're crowning.
So quickly, before we go there, tell me why Dylan is so oblivious, out of curiosity, Tara. Like, why? She's visibly shaken. Why do you miss that?
Why do I miss that she's visibly shaken?
She's visibly shaken and holding her belly. What is Dylan doing?
I mean, it's
Roids?
not surprising to me that she's holding her belly. I've been retching intermittently for the last half hour.
You're just
I'm
like,
surprised it's taken her this long, to be honest.
nice.
It just
The
makes sense.
taquitos for that.
Alex, you pick up on this. You wouldn't necessarily obviously know she's, with child. But there's something that she's just acutely aware of her abdomen. It doesn't seem to be pain. It's more something that she's going through upstairs.
Well, being pre-med and sort of coming back into my senses now after some of the shock wore off, I'm starting to think we might have received a little more damage than we thought in that accident, and we might not all be okay for moving around. We might have internal bleeding. We might have something. So I just sort of make a little note that later on I'd like to check some of the essential, some of the things later on when we're at a better point. But I make note that Billy's abdomen is damaged. She seems pensive about it. I'll have to ask about it.
So I will give you, write this down, Steve. I'm going to give you a one-time +4 bonus for any roll to do with Billy's health. Not right now.
Cool.
Like this moment, just be like, here's a roll.
That's a time bomb. Here you go.
Hey, check
you can use
this
that to blow shit up later.
Kaboom.
Yeah. Here, you may notice the fuse is 4 inches long.
So as you step up to this hotel, let's have a. I'm going to give one person. I'm going to give it to Dylan because he's not paying attention to the rest of you. Let's have a notice check for Dylan.
I have a -2,
Wow.
dude.
Well, but what's amazing is your wild die aced, so that gives you like plus stuff. So I'm going to tell you some
lucky.
stuff, and then I'll let you ask 2 questions to represent your win. It can't be like, how do we get out of this? One, obvious. There are lights on inside, but you look over toward what remains of the parking lot, and there's no cars there. None. First fact. The second one is that you can see people moving, which makes you like, holy shit, yes, there's really people. It's not just lights and like, some guy with a chainsaw dancing like this or something. He's like, there's movement in there. 2 questions.
Is there a working phone that we can use?
You look around. Oh, wow, look. God, did they still have those things? Like an old school pole bringing wires in? I guess so. The powers? Yeah, probably so. Like the electricity comes in. Probably the phones are there as well. What else? As you're approaching.
You already said there are no cars.
I did.
Are there any other vehicles?
Yeah. There is, actually, now that you look. It's a really old truck, like 1930s old. Pretty cool. It reminds you of that one your uncle had. Yeah, just kind of, but it's all rusted and fucked up. It's not nice and,
Somehow that makes it even better.
Yeah. It's just kind of sitting there, it's from a distance. Maybe the back tire's flat kind of to the side. It's got the wood fence sides to it, and they've just been just completely rotted by the weather. Some of the boards are hanging loose. It's a ruin more than a truck. So you approach. There's a door there. Well, it's a very large doorway, I should say. Above the door, there's this sort of stained glass. Nothing particularly ominous. It's maybe a bird, like a bird of paradise kind of thing. Colorful. The door's there. There's no windows in it, just this big double door that you can enter. There's no door, man or woman, either. What do you guys do?
I look at them and did you say that the payphone is outside?
No, I said you were wondering if they have working phones. There's the power lines coming in. So you're thinking, yeah, probably they have phones as well because they seem to have power. So, yeah.
So I go up and knock real hard on the door and then try the handle.
Yeah, so you're just kind of like, dun, dun. It's a heavy door. So you're just kind of like, bam, oh, fuck, okay, I got you. And you open the door. And as you open it, it's like warmth rushes out first. And that's huge because you're kind of cold, whether it's the shock or the temperature. The room in front of you is completely beautiful. Woodwork. Think of like a 1930s ritzy place. So these beautiful wood panels up the side of the wall, these really kind of like flowing curtains and tapestries and things like that. As you open the door, to the left appears to be the desk, the front desk, as you would expect. It's very kind of quietish here. Very heavy carpets like there were back then. There's a double staircase going up to the upper floor. The building itself is only 2 stories tall, but it's a really kind of meaty 2 stories. Behind the desk, standing there almost expectantly, is a fairly handsome, let's call it mid-30s, slicked back hair. Notice check, Dylan, since you're the first one in. Did you just roll 2 zeros somehow? How does this work?
Yes.
How does it? There's some.
How do you roll zeros?
I don't know. I got to look at your character sheet because that should be hard.
Well, I mean, I have a -2.
Oh,
Set up
because
on your
he's.
wild die too?
Oh no. Okay. Yes, it does.
You are
I
strictly
see.
blind.
So you're just like whatever, bro. Because it's Dylan. He's just like, you want to fight me, bro? You're like this guy behind the desk, and at first you're like, you're trying to post up against me, bro.
Right.
So the rest of you kind of come in. Who's the last one in? Volunteer. I don't care who.
It's definitely my ass.
Okay. Give me a notice check.
Okie dokie. I noticed that this place is a fucking dump. That's what I noticed.
I think it smells like pipe tobacco, like that brandy. Yeah, so you notice something pretty weird, Taylor. You walk in, right? These double doors. You don't open; they don't fly open or something, right? You kind of walked into one. It's a big, heavy door. You hear it close behind you, and you're just sort of like, oh, you just want to just like relax or just lean back for a minute. And you lean into some curtains. You look over your shoulder, and the door is not there.
I'm letting out some more OMGs.
Okay.
They might be like not shrill OMGs, but just kind of panicky, like repetitive, like OMG, OMG, OMG. And I don't know who's closest to me, but I'm definitely doing like a Scooby-Doo tap situation on them.
Billy turns around like, what?
Do you see this?
So she says that, and all of you guys are just drawn to like, okay, wait, what? It snaps you out of whatever you were looking at the moment. Gaslight reflects on golden wood inlay, and without walking forward, you find yourselves in the lobby of this beautiful hotel. It smells much different. It's alive. You smell food in the distance. You smell spilled alcohol, maybe. You smell perfume from someone who's just walked through. What you don't see or smell, if you could, is a door. Behind the counter there is...
What's that, a handle?
Yeah.
Smell metal? Lock?
Don't ASMR me right now. I'm
Is that
gonna...
a master lock?
Let me just... Oh. So, behind the counter stands hair slicked back, tuxedo, right? Properly dressed, concierge. In the distance, you think you might hear the sound of, no, really, yeah, it's that shit your grandma used to listen to, Taylor, and the rest of you probably. It's like, but it's muffled and it's live. It's live. There's music that way.
The Swedish House Mafia.
Yeah, not quite.
I was gonna say Swedish House Mafia redid this song, didn't they, Alex?
Yeah, in their 2008 release. Yeah.
Let's start with Billy. What is Billy? How does Billy process this? What do we see?
So Billy walks in, sees the concierge, and she's excited. Finally, there's somebody else here. Taylor taps me on the shoulder. Oh my god, oh my god. And so Billy turns around and says, like, what's going on? And that's when she realizes, like, where the hell's the door? And so she turns back to look for the concierge and say, where'd your door go?
So, okay. So you're going to, Dylan, how do you react to this as well? So like all simultaneously, right? So how does Dylan process this?
I don't have time to process this. I'm still on my first mission, which is getting a phone and calling for help.
Okay. So you're probably headed to the concierge as well, right?
So I'm headed to the concierge, yeah.
Okay. Alex?
I turn around and I put my hand out and I smack it against the wall really quick, and I'm assuming it just thumps unsatisfactorily back, but I don't know if there's a role for be disappointed with the door not being there, but
Just roll for door. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Roll for door.
as your friends are walking away, you're just like literally kind of panic looking around. You're just like, oh, wait, there's wood panels, and you see where the windows are. And as you look out, there's just this kind of inky swirl. There's no desert. There's no shitty broken down truck. You're looking out a window that is almost kind of looking back at you somehow. Give me a spirit check.
spirits.
Ooh, damn. Okay.
Spirit.
Why is this okay for Alex? Like, Alex is like impervious to all fear. She's just like, fuck you, fear.
Well, I'm based in science, so I'm assuming this is sort of a temporal anomaly. Maybe not even temporal, just something, just weather for all I know. I mean, we've already been through shock. That means our cognitive functions have possibly been compromised. We can't really trust our perception. So, plus, Charlie or whatever the fuck his name was gave me stuff, and it might still be in my system too. I really don't know, but it's gonna be a long night.
Yeah, it is. It sure is. All right. So, I missed Taylor. So Taylor's like, guys. And you just, what are you doing? Conniption fit?
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't understand. I'm still really paranoid because I'm still coming down off of my high, and I just want to get out, and I'm in a freak out mode.
Okay. Nice. So, you're in freak out mode. Alex is checking out the walls, looking out the windows. Dylan and Billy, you approach the maitre d', or no, maitre d', concierge. Good evening. How are you? Welcome. Welcome to Hotel 96. Oh, you look tired. Well, we have a room for you. Comfortable bed. There's a party going on as well. Did you hear? He says.
We heard the music. Yes, sir. We've had a terrible automobile accident down the road. May we use your phone to call for help?
Oh, I'm dreadfully sorry to hear it. Are you all right? When I said, did you hear? That's not what I meant. I meant that prohibition has ended. It has ended. It ended yesterday, and we are. Oh, but I'm sorry. Are you all right? He walks around. Things that you notice about him are his jewelry, like his watch, is like a properly old, like wind-up watch, and his just everything is very period. It's almost like he's in a LARP, Taylor. You're like, fucking LARPers.
God dang it.
As he looks you over, Yeah, I mean, they're you could use the telegraph. Unfortunately, we are in a bit of a remote location, and the phone hasn't brought its way here yet. Perhaps maybe just some rest. I could see if there's a doctor in the house.
Billy. Oh, good.
Is there any way that someone could take us into town? We didn't see any cars.
Town? Which town? And you start to talk about like the town that your university's in and all this stuff, and he just kind of is staring at you, oblivious. Oh dear boy, you must have hit your head. Please sit. And he ushers you over to this fancy sort of sculpted chair. Sits you down.
Definitely did hit my head.
All right. Are any of you free of head injuries?
Billy sort of like half raises her hand. My head's fine.
Okay. Well, please. Again, I'm so sorry. Whatever did happen? This automobile. I mean, there's really no one driving out this way. Did you run off the road?
She sort of looks confused for a second and it brushes it off. No, actually. Accident on the road. Something must have run out in front of us. Did you say telegraph?
Jason, I have a question.
Yes, of course.
I can use a Benny for modifying the story, right?
You can if you want. Just don't be mean.
No, I won't. I want to use the opportunity to interject when Billy is like struggling to catch it up. Taylor's going to give the most Gen Z explanation possible of what happened to them, just from the events of like. So it's just all of this stuff that I'm assuming the concierge would not be familiar with around a Taco Bell, Quillen, an Escalade, and all of this
no
stuff.
Riz.
Exactly. I'm saying words that are just like out of there. And then that all just kind of culminates, and then it's like, and that's how we came to this piece of shit.
Give me so the rest of you probably want to stop Taylor, but her expenditure of a minute, you now have 2 left, Jordan.
Okay.
She's just on about it, and this guy, and you notice Taylor, you're right in his face. You're just like blah blah, bleeding probably because you're just at it, right? You're agitating your wound. His name is Anders. He has a name tag.
Anders.
Knife. You guys, sorry, you missed the pre-stream, guys. But okay. So as you're kind of just on about it, he's just sort of staring at Taylor. The rest of you notice this. He's just waiting, almost procedurally, right? Like you kind of like when you're hearing a complaint from a guest. You've heard it before. You don't really need to hear the specific words. He's nodding every so often. His hands are together in a very kind of like, acquiescent way. I see, young lady. I'm so sorry. I do not know of these places, but what I will say to you is, you all need rest, and I should reach out and bring the authorities, I suppose. Should I not?
You should at least give us the code to the Wi-Fi.
He just sort of blank stares at you, and it's this really long, Taylor, like this like the old man in oh my God, Poltergeist, that guy, that man, blah, that guy. It's a long stare.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, of course.
I lean over Taylor's shoulder and say, "Phone. We need a phone."
Yes. Well, why don't we agree to this? Well, let us get you someplace comfortable where you can warm up and relax, and then perhaps, if you're feeling better, you could come and have something to eat while we wait for the authorities to arrive. It could be some time. And he walks around behind the desk, very sort of properly, right? Very proper posture and so forth.
Jason, do we have our belongings with us? Like, I know that was in the crash, things probably got tousled, but I didn't know if things that are listed on our character sheet are still with us.
No phones. What else you got?
Is it fair to say, I was about to say, is it fair to say, because Taylor had a lot of technology?
Yep.
There was the laptop.
Yep.
There was the Game Boy.
Yep.
There was the camera, the Canon camera.
100%. She's so retro. Yep. You got all that stuff. Yep.
Okay, so I probably would have taken my laptop out and just been like showing it, being like, Wi-Fi.
So she's back there being belligerent. What are the rest of you guys doing all this time? Billy, you're just like, oh my God, what is going on here?
Yeah, no, Billy is definitely hanging on everything Anders is saying, and her mind is going a million miles a second trying to piece it down. Did he say prohibition? I'm pretty sure he said telegraph. And he keeps offering this room to find the authorities, and these guys are yapping about other stuff. And I'm like, yes, a room would be great. Thank you so much. If you could send us a place where our friend can lie down. And I kind of put my hand behind Taylor to kind of non-verbally tell her to shut the hell up, so we can kind of get to a private area.
Excellent.
I being clueless, instead of following your lead right away, Billy's lead right away, ask Anders how far it is to the next gas station or whatever.
Oh dear. To be honest, it would be quite some distance. Probably about an hour to 2 hours. Safer to take the train, probably.
Why is the door not there? No one's answered this. Why is there not a door? I don't want to go in if there's not an out.
You're over there looking at the wall, right? It's kind of looking out the window. Yeah.
It's just patting, be like, yeah, you guys keep talking to Anders, whatever the fuck. Why is the door gone?
And I think the way this synchronizes, right? If you think about all the threads that are going on in this conversation, he's extending a key to Billy. And you're like, I don't want to go. And Billy, you take the key, yes?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
God damn it.
There's this moment.
Oops, sorry. That's not what I wanted.
Oh,
That was weird.
Whoa.
Well, so no, there's this moment. No, that's coming. It's coming. So there's this moment. You touch the key, and it hard cuts. There are flames all around you. You can feel them licking at your skin, and you can feel the flesh bubbling and peeling away. And it's you're just kind of chaos erupts. All of you, by the way. Share this. A voice hisses through the black ashen cloud as this Anders, the person standing in front of you, his face just kind of darkens and his eyes get drawn and he just kind of starts to peel and flake. His mouth, suddenly you see kind of fire coming from it.
He lied to me. He lied! This isn't what I wanted. This wasn't the deal I made. You, mother of child, you must end this. You must end this.
He breathes before you. You can react to him. Obviously, this takes you off sort of balance. Give me a spirit roll. Anyone who fails can't do the thing. Anybody who succeeds, like Billy's gonna be like, whatever, I don't even give a shit. Be like, I'm not afraid of no ghosts.
Your pants. Like, what's the shit your pants?
It's up to you. You can fail if you want.
Yeah, what if I want to spend a penny to make Taylor shit their pants?
Yeah.
You have 2 remaining. I mean,
I have an extra one.
I can't.
Dylan. Okay, so
Are
Dylan.
you okay? Is everything all right?
No, so
There we go.
all right. So we had Dylan. I'm gonna take the first one. So you can spend
I'm gonna spend one.
Okay,
Dylan doesn't know anything.
gonna go in. Spend it.
I was like, everything cool? Yeah.
He's like, yo, bro, you're deep. Your voice, like, you know how when you're someone with a deep voice, he just goes, oh yeah, me too, man. No, so that's not gonna work for you, Dylan. Tell me, How does Dylan react? You are paralyzed with fear, and you are going to have some effects, which I will send to you privately for next session.
I'm good.
You're looking around, and I think you kind of withdraw from the maitre d', or God damn it, the concierge guy, Anders. Yeah, so oh hell, monsieur, let me tap it. But you turn, and there's this woman, and she kind of is running up to you. She's on fire. Right, her skin's peeling, just kind of flames flying up, and she's kind of in this beautiful dress like she should be dancing, and she's just like, ah! And she kind of runs up and just grabs you and is shaking you as she burns, and her eyes just kind of boil and pop. And what? Why are you unable to hold it together? And
Because I think it looks like Kelly.
Ooh. Give yourself an extra Benny. I know you're spending them because that's what they're for. That was fucking cool. Thank you, Tara. I love it. Gave me chills down my little spine.
Thank you.
Okay. Alex, you are not right there. You just hear this kind of, and you look over and you see this scene. The entire fucking hotel seems to be on fire, but some part of you, the scientist in you, thinks this is a shared delusion. You hit your heads really hard. You're just in a car wreck. Maybe you're not even here. What do you do?
I reach my hand out and I try to touch things that are familiar. I start counting. I'm trying to ground myself again in reality, because clearly something's messed up, and I feel responsible to use my education to help those around me. I made an oath, as you know. I need to ground myself now. I don't have the luxury of time for trying to figure this out. I think we're all in a lot more danger than I thought. That this could be a very innocuous situation, but we might all be in trouble anyway. So I don't have any final decisions on it, but I know that at the very least, that wasn't normal, and that's not in my realm of expertise. So I'm trying to keep myself from panicking.
So physically, how do you react? Are you just close? Like, what does that look like? Are you just kind of looking around like, this is strange?
I disassociate.
Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah.
It looks like everything drops and everything just sort of goes slack, and I'm reaching out almost in like a slow motion thing, trying to feel the shape of things. I'm counting. I'm the watcher in my head. I've done meditation classes. I'm sitting there listening to it going 10, 9. So I know time's passing because I'm watching it pass. I'm touching things. That's real. This pushes back against me. That's real.
But it's not a door. Yes, I love that.
Right,
Billy.
Something that I'm trying to name fabrics around me and touch things and all right, I'm still here. I know I'm here, but I don't know about anything else now. So,
Billy, I'm saving Taylor for last because I have a feeling Jordan's gonna bring the pants shitting. So, Billy, your roll was successful. Your wild die helped you out there. You got through it, but so you're standing in front of this guy, and you've just taken the key from him. And it's hot, not quite like drop it kind of hot. Drop it like it's hot, but sorry. But you're just like, holy shit, this is all too real. What's going on? And all my friends are freaking out. What do you do? You say to this guy.
So part of his message, he said the mother of the unborn child.
He
right?
said, he said, you have to end this. Mother of child, you have to save us all. He was speaking obviously to you, which I don't know if the rest of you, if you want to make a notice check to be able to bring that up to her later, you can.
I think that's what grounds her in all of this. Obviously, chaos ensues, and this isn't necessarily the weirdest thing I've seen tonight. But he's handing me a key, and the moment I touch it, he starts speaking to me, and it's terrifying, but I can't look away, and I can't stop. I can't stop focusing on him. And when he says mother of the child, it just pierces her. She hasn't told anybody. How could this man know and like, is this message actually for her? And so I think the little girl in her is like, I need to run for safety, but the journalist is intrigued in like, what is actually going on here? And so
Extra Benny, please. Write it down.
Thank you so much.
Well done. Yes. What do you say? You bust out your notepad. You're like, okay, so let's talk about your childhood.
Take it back. Take it back. I think I would say, save us from what?
The father of lies. I'm sorry, what the fuck's going on with the button? That's weird. I don't want the robot. Sorry, it's getting weird.
Okay, that's better. Oh yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna try this again.
The father of lies. He led me to believe that. He led me to believe that he would take it away, that he would bring her back, that accursed disease would let her go. 100 souls. 100 souls was the price. And we are not yet finished.
As he speaks in your face, like he's talking, you just smell burnt flesh, just like out of his mouth. He's on fire. You can see it behind his eyes as he's just kind of like standing there and just enraged. What do you do?
She's listening. Like, she's not just staring at him, like she's trying to take it in. And I don't know that she knows what to say. So she repeats parts back to him to let him know that like she hears him. The father of lies. Okay. He said he'd bring her back. But I think she's using that more as a mechanism to try to process like what he's actually telling her.
For over 80 years, everyone here has lived this life, this celebration, and
there's this moment where the flames are not there, and you just feel this ecstasy, this adrenaline, this happiness, the warmth of alcohol and sex and beauty. And then the flames come. And the rest of you see the entire room around you erupting in like almost an orgy. These people are fucking and dancing, and they are on fire, and they are peeling away to ash.
100 souls. We have collected 96.
And with that of smoke, it's almost like that hard cut in Better Call Saul, because I'm watching that right now. It's pretty good. Goes to black, right? There's this very confused looking young man there. He's 26, pimply a little, kind of balding early, thin, beanpole, but dressed very well. Ma'am, are you okay? As you're holding the key together. He's trying to let it go, and you're just there like, and the rest of you as well.
So this is like, so he's taking the place of like where Anders was?
Yeah.
But he's a different person.
100%.
She looks down at the key. Yeah. I think we need to go lay down.
Let's get you to your room. He does one of those with his, sorry, I'm out of frame, like, with his fingers. It just looked like, give me some cocaine. No, so you, so how did the rest of you snap out of this? Because there was that moment of interaction to get Billy out. Dylan, Alex, Taylor, the rest of you, I literally saw this horrible, horrible scene. It looked like something straight out of Dante's Inferno, literally. And then suddenly, you're looking around and you're in a very quiet lobby. You can hear the music in the distance. on the other side of some very thick wood doors. Taylor, let's start with you. Conniption fit.
I've just decided that this is a bad trip, I think. And so I'm like doing what I've done in the past when I have a bad trip. Like I was doing some of the same exercises that Alex was talking about there of just like, you know, it's a bad trip, you did too much, you know, blah, 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 you know, come out of it. You know, we haven't even, you know, it's going to be over in just a bit, you know, and you'll wake up in the car, you know, it's going to be fine. And somehow that clicks me into a better part of what I think is my trip, you know, which is out of that craziness.
Spirit check, please.
All right. Spirit check it is.
Alex, while that's coming through, what about you? Oh, yeah. She's like, somebody's about to fuck somebody up. I just saw that. That's a spoiler, Tara. I saw it's like, all right, it's about to have some martial arts.
Yeah, I didn't realize that would show up in the chat. I was just reading.
That works. Okay. So you're breathing. You're trying to come through it. You're focusing, ironically, on the pain of your wound because it's the one thing that's grounding you back to reality. It's dull at this point. It's almost like that gonna be infected tomorrow kind of dull. But yeah,
Yep.
so you'll operate without penalty. Alex, how about you? You saw all of this, heard all of it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna not draw attention to the fact that I'm not falling for it. So I'm just gonna try to pretend like everything's cool. I do turn around to glance to see if there are doors behind us going out, because that's my biggest focus right now.
Okay. Give me a notice check. I'll tell you what you see. All the stuff you see. And next time I'll have a map that doesn't have secret shit on it. By the way, thanks to Pinnacle for not providing the map without the secret shit on it. I have to go edit that with Photoshop. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. So, all right. So you have come in these grandiose front doors. There are these very large windows with these massive curtains, right? We're talking, I don't know, 12-foot curtains kind of thing. Beautiful crown molding and these tall ceilings. Double staircase, like old school, right? Kind of swooping in, you know, these beautiful sculpted stairs going up to the guest rooms. Big, meaty double door with some kind of, you're not sure, some kind of carved relief art on it. Massive wood double door. On the other side of that is some kind of music. To the left of that front door is the very fancy sort of wood paneled concierge desk. To the right is a sitting area, as you would expect, like really fancy Victorian furniture with this big fireplace. A bunch of different places to sit, as you would expect. So that's where you are.
They have one of those classy, like, big water dispenser things with like a little glass cup on the side.
You know what's weird? No. They don't, because I think that's more of a modern thing. What they do have is a very weird copper cistern, and it's super fancy carved. Yeah. See if there's anything else there. Yeah, that's pretty much the deal in this room. And by the way, there are no doors. There's doors leading into the music-y place, and then there are stairs going up, which would indicate where you would go for your guest room.
Okay. I've decided that I'm still not going to make a big scene about anything. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I'm kind of shockingly in a similar mental place as Taylor, you know, which doesn't happen often, but, you know, I suppose for different reasons we both landed there. I'm just trying to pretend like everything's okay. And yes. I went over to the big cistern thing, and I try to get myself a little glass of water.
Awesome.
So, splash on my face, maybe just to have a sip to ground me some more.
So, oddly enough, there's a newspaper there next to the cistern. And you know, you're there, and you're just like, oh wow, it's got cups. There's not. It's not water. It seems to be wine. You drink it?
The fuck it, even better. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. Whatever. I just need liquid something.
So as you take this sip of wine, you're reading the
good.
kind of like prohibition over, and there's this sort of article there. December 5th, 1933. And the paper is pristine.
Okay.
Dylan. Okay. Just making sure it's like, oh, wait.
I am. Dylan was really kind of shaken by the head injury comment, and with that really bad roll and having visualized Kelly there, is really just kind of going with the group and trying to ascertain whether he really knows what's going on. He's really doubting his perception of reality, and just kind of is in a state of shock finally.
Give me a spirit check. 4 on the wild die. So your coach used to say, when the nerves get to you, you got this pressure point here in your thumb area. And if you squeeze it and it hurts, then you're where you need to be. And that got you through match after match. Even that one with the dude that looked like he'd eaten an entire Golden Corral buffet just before you fought.
I don't know how he made weight.
Nah. You squeeze it, and it hurts like hell. You look around, and somehow you realize that you're here. And all that you're seeing is real. You're convinced of it. The bellhop comes along. Completely old school, big brass, like kind of, cart. Folks, with me, please. I'll take you to your room. Number 8, wasn't it? He says to Billy, who's holding the key.
She checks the key and sort of holds it up.
Yes, I know. The bag mater D. Fuck you, Steve. Yeah, it's true. The bag waiter. Yeah, so it is roommate. Yes, excellent. It's just this way. So he walks you over to this cargo elevator. Well, not cargo elevator, but like a sort of, the windy uppy elevator thingy. As he cranks open the door, you all step in. You move up to the second floor. Your bags and all those things. You're moving along. Things are kind of weird. The carpeting here is very thick. The walls. I mean, maybe it's just your head. It's reverberates. Or you get to the door. Ma'am, he takes the key. A matter of politeness. You're going to be very comfortable here. He opens the door. Lets you walk through. Who's the last one through?
Obviously me.
Okay. So you allow them all to go through. So those of you who step in see this fantastic room. Again, all Victorian furniture, right? These beautiful pieces of art, not the sort of throwaway shit you had at the Days Inn when you guys are going because somebody got a quarter bag and a weekend off from work. It's amazing. And Dylan, as you start to step in, the bellhop taps you on the shoulder.
I jolt a little bit and turn to look at him.
He's got his hand out, as he would.
It takes me a beat too long to realize what he's doing.
He's like, "What? Do you want some drugs, bro?" I got it. Just right. It's like, hang on. You want Roy?
I think about giving him like 5, like, and smack his hand. But then, as I go to do that, I realize that he wants money, and I reach into my backpack for my wallet, and I bring out a $5.
Oh wow! Which think about this, right? Like
I know.
Yeah. So you just kind of, his eyes light up.
Dylan probably thinks he's being cheap.
And as your hands make contact, you're just like, oh man, shit! I don't have much cash. Okay, here's a $5, and you got Venmo or whatever. You make contact, and there's sudden. He's there in your face, like too close. He wasn't that close before, and he says,
No, he knows you're here. He knows you're here. He can smell you. Find it in this, please.
and this is where we're going to end the stream for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We are halfway there.
I have to go to sleep, Jason.